So sitting on the mat with your legs outstretched in front, just put your hands on the floor next to your bum and just push off those hands and lift that chest up to the ceiling so that we're vertical with the body, and just feeling that those pubic bones into the seat bones into the floor, and just lower yourself to rest in the middle of those seat bones. And then pushing the chest forward, take the chin up to the sky, eyes up high, pulling those shoulder blades back and together, pushing the chin up, and then rest on those seat bones, take the weight off your hands and bring your eyes horizontal, put your hands on your thighs. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll those hands down towards your feet. Soften your knees and pull your pelvis forward onto your pubic bone. Pull your pelvis forward. Now, just looking at those feet, make sure the toes are pointing straight up and the middle of your feet are parallel. Push that right knee down into the floor and release. Push that left knee down into the floor and release. Push both knees down into the floor and release. Sit yourself back up to vertical. So you're sitting on your middle bottom. Roll those shoulders back. So all the way forward, all the way up to the sky, all the way down and back. Staying on that middle bottom. Lengthen the head up to the ceiling. Let those arms follow the shoulders. So your arms are starting to do circles too. They're coming up off the ground. They're coming up towards the sky. And then they're coming all the way up into the sky. All the way around and down. And the next time we're going to leave them up over our head. Put the palms together. Push those palms up to the sky. Bringing the breastbone forwards. Breathing in and breathing out. Push those knees down into the ground and bring those arms all the way round and down to the floor. Put your hands on your thighs and we're going to roll down to flat. So collapse the pelvis, keep the chin over my crutch, keeping the chin forward. I collapse the pelvis and lower back. So we're trying to get an even curve of our spine. Push that lower back down, all the way down to the ground to flat. And lay yourself down. Take your arms over your head and push those fingers away from the toes. Push the right hand away from the right foot. Left hand away from the left foot. Bring those arms all the way back down by your side. Put the palms down, roll the shoulders up to the ears into the floor and slide them down. Bend your knees up, left knee, then right knee. Feet are flat. Heels are close to your bum. And lift your toes up and just spread those toes. And then rest the balls of your feet and your toes back on the ground. You're going to push through your heels and you're going to lift your tailbone off the ground into bridge. So roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor, slide them down. Make sure the top rib's on the ground. Push the bottom rib on the ground. Flatten the back and then arch the back. So move that pelvis. Flatten the back, arch the back. Flatten the back, breathing in and arch the back. Breathe in this time and breathe out. Flatten the back, peel the bottom off the ground, lifting one vertebra at a time, clenching the bum and lifting all the way onto your shoulders. When you're on your shoulders, make sure the weight's on your heels, your toes are light, knees are hip distance apart, they haven't fallen out sideways. Push those fingers down towards the heels and lengthen your head away from your shoulders. Breathing in. On the out breath, rolling down to the floor again with the back, keeping those shoulders down. First rib down, second rib down, third rib. Keep the ribs going. Make sure your tailbone's off the floor. And that's the last thing, to go back down onto the ground. Arch the back at the bottom. Breathing in. On the out breath, flatten the back into the floor. Lengthen the fingers down towards the heels. Lifting the back up. Squeezing with the bum, lengthening the head and neck. Breathing in at the top, breathe out, lower all the way back down. Keep those shoulders back, keep pushing off the heels. So the hamstrings aren't getting involved, it's coming from the bum. Arch the back at the bottom. Breathe in, breathe out, lift all the way back up, squeezing and lifting. Bring those arms all the way up and over your head, laying them flat on the floor. Backs of your hands flat. Breathing in, clenching the bum, breathe out, lower the back to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Arch the back at the bottom and bring those arms back down by your side. Breathing in at the bottom, breathe out, roll the shoulders into the floor and lift the pubic bone and the pelvis up off the ground, all the way up, clenching with the bum. Push those fingers down towards the heels and lift those arms all the way up and over your head. Backs of your hands flat on the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, rolling that spine all the way back down. Keep control of your knees, make sure they're not wandering around. All the way back and pull those hands back down by your side. Weights on your heels. Arch the back at the bottom and then flatten the back. Bring the right knee in towards your chest and then the left knee. We're going to do knee hugs. Lift the tailbone up, bring the nose to the knees and release. Lift the tailbone up, bring the nose to the knees and release. Breathing in, on the out breath, lift the tailbone up, bring the nose to the knees and release. And just holding onto your knees, roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor, slide them down the back. Take those arms away from your knees, out like a scarecrow. Palms of the hands to the floor. So we're in neutral spine. We can feel all the ribs on the ground. Slight arch to the lower back. Waistbands loose, tailbones down towards the floor. Breathing in on the out breath, lower the knees over towards the right hand side. Turning the head over towards the left. Breathing in, slide the feet in line with your spine. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave the feet on the floor. Breathing in, breathe out, bring those knees up and roll them all the way over. Eyes looking to the right. So if you feel comfortable, you can have your feet off the floor, but let's do feet on the floor to start with. So breathing in, on the out breath, peeling the legs up, dropping them over to the right hand side, eyes turning over to the left. Breathing in, pushing those fingers away from each other, breathing out, bringing those knees up over to the left. Eyes are rotating to the sky and then over to the right. Push those fingers away, keep those shoulders down. Come back up to center. If you feel comfortable, you can lift your feet off the floor. Drop those knees over to the right. If you don't feel comfortable, keep your knees on the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, breathing out, lift those legs up, all the way over to the other side, to the left. Eyes are going to the right. Pushing those fingers away, keeping those shoulder blades down and back. Bring those knees up to central. Rest the feet on the floor, bring the arms back down by the side, roll those shoulders. Lengthen your legs out straight. Slide the palms of your hands, palms up, slide them under your legs, under your bum. Breathing in on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor, slide them down. As you slide them down, push that breastbone up to the sky. So keeping the back of your head on the ground, so I'm keeping the base of the back of my head firmly down so I can't lift too high, and then lower down to flatten. So in this flattened position, draw in the core as if you're pushing your waistband of the trousers into the ground. So don't push it into the ground, just that's the direction it's engaging to go. Breathing in on the out breath, squeezing the shoulder blades down towards the waist, pushing off the arms, lift the breastbone up but keep that tummy engaged as if you're pushing the lower back into the floor. So there's tension in all those muscles down the back and then release and go back down to flat. Breathing in, breathing out, tensing all those muscles down your back, pushing the breastbone up, arching the chest up to the sky, squeezing the shoulder blades together and then release down to flat. Bring the left knee into your chest, bring the right knee in, nose to your knees. So we're doing the opposites. We're arching and rounding, but this time we're doing it laying rather than sitting. Feet on the floor. Lengthen those legs out, hands under your bum. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, slide them down, breathing in. Pushing off the elbows, drawing in the core, opening up that chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind the back. Squeezing, 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 and release. And again, bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in, hug those knees. And pop the left knee on the floor, right knee on the floor, legs out straight, arms over your head, reaching the fingers away from the toes, reaching the fingers away from the toes. Bring those arms back over, chin into the chest, rolling yourself up and reaching towards your toes. Sitting yourself up tall, roll those shoulders back. Take the arms up into the sky with the shoulder roll. Hands together above your head. Push those hands all the way up to the sky. Chest forward. Hands up, chest forward. Take those arms out wide and bring them to horizontal. Breathing in on the out breath. Rolling the lower back down towards the floor. Down to flat. Arms coming over your head when you're down there. Push those fingers from the toes and then bring those hands all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, rolling yourself all the way up, reaching yourself forward, sitting yourself up nice and tall, roll yourself down to flat. Arms come over your head, right hand from right foot, left hand from left foot, both hands from both feet, arms coming up all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, rolling yourself all the way up, sitting up vertical in the middle of my bottom, reaching forwards over those feet. Yeah, chest up, back straight, leaning back, shoulders back, just leaning back a bit, feel the tension. Up to vertical, leaning forward. So my shoulders are back, my chest is up. So as my arms are forward, I'm not losing my back like that, so I'm staying straight. Leaning back. Good, open the chest to the sky more. Up to the vertical, that's better. Leaning forwards, sitting up straight. Leaning back and going all the way down. I think you're going to have a vision of you on this because it's switched to your screen, but never mind. Arms over your head. Bring that right knee, arms over, left knee in towards your chest, taking hold of that knee. Pulling that knee up towards your armpit. Pulling the knee up towards the armpit, pushing the foot away. Breathing in on the out breath, pulling that leg over the body. Pulling that leg all the way over, turning the eyes towards the hands, pushing down with the knee, pushing the fingers away from the knee. Pushing those fingers away from my body, pushing my shoulder away from my left hip. Pushing my left hip away from my left knee. And then release and roll back onto your back. Pull that left knee in towards the armpit again. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulling that left knee all the way over the body again, taking it over, pushing that left hand away from the left knee, the left shoulder away from the left hip. And then release the arm on the floor and roll over onto your right hand side. Tuck your arm under your head and support your head and take hold of your left foot in your left hand. Now tucking my bum forward, so I'm supporting my lower back, but pulling that left knee behind me. Feel the stretch in the front of that hip. Feel the stretch in the front of that leg, the front of that hip. Roll my left shoulder up to my ear, down towards the floor and back. Pulling that left leg behind. Now push that left foot in that left hand. Pushing that left foot in that left hand. Keeping the knees together. Release, breathe in, breathe out, and pull that leg further behind you, stretching the front of that leg, keeping that tummy engaged. Don't let that back bend. If you feel it in your lower back, you've got to pull your pubic bone forward more. And then roll back onto your back and release that leg. Release that leg. Pull that knee into the shoulder at the armpit again. And then turning, grabbing the foot on that leg and pushing the knee away. Bring the other leg in and take hold behind the other leg. So I'm holding behind my right thigh, pulling my right thigh towards me, which is pulling my left foot towards me. Now using my left elbow on my left thigh, I'm restraining my left knee from coming towards me while I'm pulling my left foot. So I'm stretching the bum on the left side. Breathing in. Breathe out. Pull the leg in closer. Pull those shoulders down to the floor. Push that tailbone into the floor. Lengthen your head and neck away from your tailbone. Neutral spine, ribs all down. Lower back slightly elevated. Release that right leg out straight. Keep hold of the left leg. Holding the foot and the knee, pull it across the body. So I feel it in a slightly different angle in my bum. And then let go of that foot. Pull that knee in towards the armpit one more time. And then let that leg go out to straight. Put the foot on the floor, let it go straight. Feel the stretch in the hip. Now bring that right knee in towards your armpit. So as I bring this right knee in, I'm pulling the right knee away from the left knee, pulling the right foot away from the left leg, pulling that leg up, stretching the groin. Breathing in, on the out breath, pull that leg all the way over my body. And I can readjust my hip so I allow it to turn, so I'm staying in a spindle straight line with my left foot pushing away from the top of the head. Push that right arm away, push that right knee down to the floor. Breathing in, on the out breath, push that right hand away from the right shoulder away from the right hip. Drawing in the tummy, lengthen that left leg. Pulling that right knee down away from the hip to the floor. Trying to get my right ear on the ground. And then rolling over onto the left hand side. Put my left arm under my head, supporting my head and neck. Take hold of the right foot in the right hand. Roll the shoulder up to the ear, down. And I can bend the left knee a bit to give myself a more stable base. I clench my bum, push forward in the hip, tighten the tummy and pull that right leg behind me. Relax that shoulder. Pull this right leg behind. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Push that foot into the hand. Push that right foot into the hand. And then release and pull that leg behind further. Keep that tummy engaged. Don't feel this in your lower back. Release that leg. Roll back onto your back again. Lift that right knee up and pull it up into your shoulder, into your armpit. Turn this right leg so that I've got the foot resting on the left leg. Pull the left leg up towards me, holding behind the left thigh with my hands. And my elbow is resting, right elbow is resting on the right thigh. Breathing in and out. Pull the knee in, push the thigh away. Breathing in. Breathe out, pull the knee in, push the thigh away. And again, breathe in. Breathe out, pull the knee in and push the thigh away. Release that left leg. Pull that right knee up into the armpit again, keeping that tailbone down. Lengthen the head away from the ribs. Flatten those ribs on the floor. Roll those shoulders into the ground. Take the tailbone down. And then let go of the right leg and let it go out straight. Take the arms over the head, reaching, reaching, reaching. Fingers away from toes. And then bring the arms all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, rolling yourself all the way up. Rolling yourself all the way up and reaching forward towards those toes. Soften the knees, pull forward onto the front bottom, and then straighten those knees and feel the stretch in the hamstring. Breathing in and out, pull yourself forward and take your head down lower if you can. Release the feet, sit yourself up to vertical, make sure you're on your front to middle bottom. Pop your hands on the floor beside your hips. Push your chest up and forward, lifting your bum up, roll those shoulders back and release. Let your hands about half a foot behind you on the floor. Lean back onto your hands, elbows are probably bent. Roll those shoulders back and then down and push off those hands and make those arms straight. So there's a bend in the wrist joint, stretch down the back, the wrist and lower arm. Stretch in the chest, squeezing with those shoulders. Breathing in, fill the ribs, open those ribs. Breathing out, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Push off the hands and come up to vertical on your seat bones. Bring those arms around, big shoulder roll, arms to the sky, all the way around and down. Breathing in. On the out breath, arms all the way up to the sky, palms together, push them up tall. Breathing in, breathing out, bring those arms all the way back down onto those thighs. Rolling your shoulders. Breathing in, on the out breath, we're going to collapse the back, rolling down to flat. Rolling down to flat. Lying with the arms down by our side, palms down. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor, slide them down. Visualize the flats of your shoulder blades are stuck on the ground. Flatten the ribs, top ribs down, bottom rib, middle ribs. Flatten the lower back, arch the lower back. If you want, put your hand on your pubic bone and the front edge of the pelvis and find the neutral position. Hands back on the floor, bending those knees up, right knee up, left knee up. Breathing in, on the out breath, lift that left foot up off the floor, keeping the knee at 90 degrees. Torso stays exactly where we put it. Lower that leg, tap that heel on the floor. Lift that leg up. Good. Breathing out as you lower it. Breathing in as you lift it. Breathing out as you lower it. In as you lift it. If you want to challenge yourself further, you can take that foot a little bit further away from your bum and then lift it back up. If you want, you can extend it a little bit further from your bum and bring it back up. And a little bit further. If you don't want to extend it, you don't need to. You just tap the heel with the leg at 90 degrees. You can go down so the leg goes straight and comes back up and rests next to the other foot. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that right foot up. Tap that heel down. Lift that foot up. Lengthen the head and neck. Make sure you're in neutral spine still. Tap that heel down. Control the left leg. Don't let it fall out sideways. Right leg up and down. Right leg up. And it can go further away from the bum if you want. Drawing in the core. Don't feel the tension in the lower back. Let that leg go out a bit. If you want. If you're getting spasming, you can do knee hugs. And then you can resume this in a second. Extending that leg out until you go all the way out to straight. So you're doing about 10 repetitions, 8 to 10, all the way, or either all the way out or bending the knee and tapping the foot on the floor. Okay, feet resting down. Now we will do knee hugs. Just loosen that lower back. Nose to the knees. And release. Arms out like a scarecrow. Feet on the floor. Drop the legs to the right, eyes left. Lift those knees up, feet stay on the floor, drop the legs left, eyes right. So this is our get out of jail. This is loosening those muscles down the spine. Back onto the back, arms by the side. Lift the left leg up, lift the right leg up. Keeping the knees in this position, we're going to lift the tailbone off the floor. Shoulders back and down, just curling and releasing. Curling and releasing. Curling and releasing. Keep those shoulders down. Curl and release. Curl and release. One more. Curl and release. Extend the right leg up into the sky. 2 circles to the right with the foot. 2 circles left. Drawing the core in. Nothing's moving except my foot. Bend that knee down, left leg up straight. 2 circles to the right. 2 left. Shoulders down, lengthen the head from the tailbone. Bend that knee. Straighten both legs up together. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, slide them down to the floor, drawing in the core, neutral spine, ribs are all on the ground. Lengthen that head and neck. 2 circles to the right. Good. One more. 2 to the left. That's 1 circle. 2 circles. Bend those knees. Lift that tailbone off the ground. Lift and release. Lift and release. Lift and release. One more. Lift and release. Let those legs go back down to the floor. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, slide them down to the ground. Lengthen those legs out straight. Take those arms all the way over the head, reaching the right hand away from the right foot, left hand away from the left foot. Taking those fingers all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up. Touching those thighs, reaching forwards. Soften the knees, breathing in and out. Pulling yourself forward, breathing in and out. Lifting yourself back up to vertical. Pop those hands on the floor beside you. Lift that tailbone up off the ground. Lower that tailbone into the ground. Rolling those shoulders, let the hands follow. Big circles, one more big circle, leave the hands in the sky, palms together, touch your forehead with your thumbs. Push those hands up really high, pushing the chest forward, arms up, making sure you're on your middle bottom. Pushing those heels forward and the knees down. Taking those arms out wide. Breathing in, rest your hands on your thighs and roll your shoulders. There you go.